If you're watching this video, it's quite likely that you are not a fan of this film, being critically and casually trashed by many people. But in this video here, I'm going to convince you in why you're wrong about Jingle all the way. So why is it that people hate this film? Many crazy comments, it's stupid, it's unfunny, and the acting is just way over the top. And to those people, I have to say, what were you watching? Because it certainly wasn't this film. From the setting to the music, it's just simply, it's all here that you want. Apart from the odd moment I'll give you, there is no boring aspects. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Howard, a workaholic father who really just struggles being there for his kids' big moments. This time being his karate class while he's trying to pick up his purple belt. We see that Turbo Man is the big action figure of the year that everybody is clamouring for. So he tries to go on this big hunt, toy hunt, to make it up to his kid and get him that big toy. A big gleam and shining light of this film is the message that is rooted here. That I don't think a lot of people appreciate that it has this message underlying here. That being that the sheer chaos that this time of year can bring out of people, and that consumerism has become the big meaning of Christmas, not the loving of your family and just having them around you. But on top of Howard is Myron, played just so fantastically by Sinbad. The sheer war that these two characters get themselves into is just an absolute barrel of laughs, with the odd moment that they have of solidarity, but then just moments later at each other's throats. Being incredibly very different characters, but actually more similar than meets the eye. But another subtle war that Howard has to face is down to another amazing character in this movie, because there's that many, is Ned the neighbour, who is just an utter slimeball. He is that guy that you just love to hate and you want to see Howard beat him up, let's be honest. This guy is just weaseling his way trying to get to Howard's wife. He's just one of those people that, you know, it's just so fake nice, and you can just tell underneath all that there is something slimy. But he does it so well, and it's just such a joy to watch. Him and Howard also not as violent of an encounter as such as Myron and Howard, just the spitter spatter that they come off of with each other, especially the cookie.
Put that cookie down now!
I mean, this movie is just filled with insanely hilarious characters. I mean, we've got Ned, we've got Myron, we've got Howard. We also get James Belushi as just a dirty, grimy Santa Claus who tries to entice Howard with the fact that he has his hands on a Turbo Man. We get to take a little trip to the North Pole. Now, this is not the North Pole as you think you know. This is the North Pole if Santa Claus was the criminal boss of the underworld. With a sweet little cameo for you wrestling fans from The Big Show. As with the rest of the movie, just a whole load of laughs to be had in this very moment. And well, after a not so nice encounter with Santa Claus, Howard is just so sick now of his life on this hunt for this stupid toy, he starts losing the sight of the real meaning of Christmas. And this guy actually ends up hitting a reindeer. I mean, and stealing from a kid, which is almost as bad, but he hits a reindeer. He hits a reindeer. This is truly the dark side of Christmas. Now, as we come on to the final moment of the film, the big third act, this festival that's all being mentioned throughout the film, it just builds the setting so well. When that music hits at the festival, you just feel there in the moment and you're joining the family for this big spectacle. And after all this crazy hunt, Howard trying to get his hands on the Turbo Man, he actually becomes Turbo Man. I mean, if I was ever to agree with these people that say the movie is just terrible, there's a lot of moments in the third act that I would probably have to lean towards them a little bit. And this is filled with so much cheese, you would be thinking you're eating a Subway sandwich. But even with all the cheese and at moments where I'm kind of just rolling my eyes, I did actually just still had a big grin on my face, just having a good time, taking the movie for what it is. And one of the really dumb moments that has to be mentioned here in the third act with the parade is Arnold Schwarzenegger as Howard, his son is hanging and he's about to land a soft landing in a big group of presents, just as we've seen Myron has done. And well, Howard thinks it's going to be a rather good idea that he flies, because he has the ability to fly. He has Turbo Man with his jetpack, 1,000 feet in the air, after just flying like this. And I was kind of thinking in this moment that this is a little bit ridiculous, but with all the cheese, that if you just sit down and take this movie for what it is, the laughs that you can get along the way, it could be one of the best 2 hours you've had this Christmas. And one of the best things for me during this film in the cinema, it was a huge blast, but one of the best things is that a kid 2 seats down from me was just having an amazing time, and I just heard him laughing and smiling and just, as I say, having an amazing time, and it gave me hope for future generations to enjoy this movie. And I can't wait for next year to see this again in the cinema. So, until next time, I'll be seeing you.